the top of the first inning was electric because everyone piled on the Yankees' grave. It felt good. There's nothing quite like that brings America together quite like hating the Yankees.
I'm going to disagree on the fact that you're glad they lost tonight because it's going to be so much better
Slow and painful.
to watch them lose 2 games. Or 4 games.
3 games.
4 games. How many are in the first 3 games?
You got to win 3 games.
You got to win 3 games before you win 4.
Yeah, yes,
is what they always say.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, it was a boring, long, stupid baseball game for anybody that wasn't a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
I'm heartbroken as always to see the Twins lose because guys love Twins.
Yes,
we all know that. That's
and
why
Kirby Puckett, shout out Kirby, up in heaven.
with his
even though
weird
he's
eye.
kind of a creep, he did some creepy stuff.
He's
back in the
problematic,
day.
so we'll move on from Kirby Puckett.
Early '90s Kirby Puckett, shout out him.
Yeah, shout out the guy that hit that home run in the World Series.
Put the team on his
That was
back.
pretty cool. The little chubby guy who
Yeah,
always smiled.
we love him. Named Kirby.
Love Kirby.
The alternate title of today's show is The Yankees Are Back. So congrats to all you Yankees fans, you motherfuckers. I actually, you know what? I kind of like that the Yankees are going to be in the next round, and I kind of want them to go to like the ALCS because it is fun watching Yankees fans crawl out of their like cockroach like little hideouts and put on their hats and like scream and yell. The world needs villains, and if as long as a Yankee fan that we're like, as long as the hypothetical Yankee fan we're talking about here knows that he's a villain and embraces the villain, then it's okay.
That's okay because the other side of the Yankees fans that you get are ones who are at the exact same time very insecure, but also very entitled, and that's a rare combo. And you put them together, it's like the vinegar and the baking powder to volcano.
See,
they just foam from the mouth and they spit on you when they talk.
I like my Yankee fans like cocky, secure. And every single time you bring up anything, they just say 27 rings.
Count the rings.
I actually get like a weird kick out of it because it's like it's basically our Inception totem. You know that if you get in a fight with a Yankee fan on the internet, they're just going to end up saying count the rings.
Yeah, count the rings is it's a walk off of like a comeback. You can't come back from
back when there were
rings.
like 6 teams. They won all those rings,
and they didn't allow black players to play.
They killed it.
Those
they
count just the same now.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We also saw one of the all-time nut shots I think we've ever seen. Gary Sanchez took one
that was
directly.
A great nut shot.
The ball like almost like rested inside of his testicle.
We'll get to hot seat later, but the scrotum is the original hot seat because that's where all your boys live, I guess you could say.
Yep.
But that was one of the ones where you could see the individual parts of his genitalia move when
Frank
the ball
Gore
hit
balls.
it was like we were watching that new Frank Gore balls.
Frank Gore. People forget Frank Gore does not wear a cup and his big balls flop around.
No, it was like, remember that postseason where ESPN or Major League Baseball, whoever it was, introduced their ultra slow-mo camera?
Yeah.
Where you saw David Ortiz like take all those swings, and I felt like I was watching it in super slow-mo just because like when you see another guy get hit in the jewels, like you sympathize with him and you feel like you're in that moment.
Yeah. All you women out there listening, pregnancy probably hurts a little bit, you know, having a period sucks, but nothing's really as bad as getting hit in the balls, right?
Getting hit in the nuts is like giving birth times 100.
Yeah, giving birth to an elephant out of your pee hole.
Well, no, it's true because like in your balls you literally have millions of sperm. So it's like we're giving birth to a million things at once.
Yes, exactly. We also need to talk about the worst beat. Well, let's not say of all time. Oh yeah, Hank was on the other side. So Monday Night Football, if you obviously saw it, and the Chiefs picked up a fumble with no time left on the clock, scored a touchdown, hit the over, hit the line. It was devastating for anyone who had the Redskins and the under, and Hank had both the opposite, and he had the best night of his life.
You had said earlier in the day, you're like, I like the under. I watched the game. The Chiefs could have won.
But you know, if I'm saying that, I really like, because it takes a lot for me to like an under, but I love that under.
Right, but the Chiefs, like it seemed like they could have covered and the over could have hit, but they were just too many drives that kicked field goals. I was like so mad after like the game ended. I was looking at my phone mad. and then all of a sudden I looked up and they were showing the replay of the touchdown, and I started jumping for joy.
You didn't even watch it live.
I couldn't believe it. No,
that's how bad of a beat it was. That's how sure you were that you were going to lose.
And that's
that
also
bet.
my app must be broken.
Yeah, I had the under. I did not take the Redskins or the R words. Excuse me.
Yes.
But it was definitely one of those things where I was like, wow, the R words and the Chiefs. This ending, this got to be played on some sort of cursed burial ground.
Yeah, and we also had Andy Reid doing timeouts at the end of the game, which is always a good time. Every now and then, when he decides to actually use his timeouts at like the appropriate time, it's fun.
It is really fun, but he still did it in a weird way with just his pinky. As long as your hands touch each other, that counts as a timeout by the letter of the law. He was looking svelte again.
He's skinny Andy Reid scaring me.
He's slow. You know what? Let's wait till after Halloween. We get Andy out there with the trick or treaters. I think that's when he starts to
Thanksgiving
put it back on.
time. Yeah, you get that. You go those 3 weeks between Thanksgiving and Christmas where you just
cold.
eat all the time.
And
you know, you come into the Chiefs facility and like someone from accounting has left out some cookies. It gets a little.
Andy
Andy
strikes me as a guy that knows exactly what dishes each player's family on the team cooks the best at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you bring me in some of those mashed potatoes?
Yeah.
Tell the missus bring me in some of that oyster stuffing.
Sweet yams.
Yeah, so we got sweet yams with syrup on top.
Yeah.
Plenty of syrup now.
Does
Andy
Andy
have
a southern accent?
No, he talks like he's fat.
Not anymore. I have something to just throw out there. Let's a little embrace debate. Andy Reid is the second best coach in the NFL right now.
Agreed.
It's crazy to think about. And this is some actual real sports talk for everyone out there. It is crazy. We did this. We actually talked about this off air. We thought about it. Andy Reid, behind Bill Belichick, is the second best coach. Jeff Fisher is gone.
Jeff Fisher.
But Andy Reid is the second best coach. What he does every single year is unbelievable, and with shitty-ass quarterbacks.
Yes.
And, he hasn't won the big one, but, I mean, if you're going to win 60% of your games, I'd take that coach.
Did he have Nick Foles when Nick Foles, or was that Chip Kelly?
I think that was Chip.
I think that might have been Chip Kelly's, the year that he had Nick throw 17 touchdowns and no interceptions,
Big
or something
Nick
stupid like
is
that.
what they called him.
But yeah, what he's been able to do in Philadelphia, people forget how bad Philadelphia was for those 10 or 12 years before Andy Reid got there.
Yeah.
And he turned them into a perennial contender.
Yeah.
And then he had 2 bad years and they're like, "Oh, get out of here, you fat fuck."
And now he's turned Kansas City.
Like, "Okay,
I'll go to
a shitty franchise in Kansas City and I'll get Alex Smith," and all of a sudden he's looking like Joe Montana.
I hope Andy Reid wins the Super Bowl.
I would not.
It'd be nice. He'll try to eat the trophy, but I hope he wins the Super Bowl. He'll try to peel it off. Be like, "Is there chocolate in here?"
They would have to make when Andy Reid goes into Canton, they better make a Hawaiian print gold jacket for him.
Everyone wears Hawaiian prints that day.
Andy's not taking off a Hawaiian shirt for a year and a half if he wins a Super Bowl.
My promise is we're going to Andy Reid's Hall of Fame induction. We're going to see Larry too, and we're going to go to Andy Reid's Hall of Fame induction.
How did you feel about Sean McDonough handling the bad beat at the end? Because he tried to do his little Al Michaels thing.
He did it.
Where he was like, and that's going to change it. I thought he did an okay job at it. Like we say, if you're going to be announcing, you have to have a certain bedside manner at the end of these games because there are a lot of people who are angry. John Gruden, on the other hand, didn't give a shit.
No.
John is a guy that doesn't care about your stupid point spreads.
No.
Football is about a man beating another man, not about the geeks out in the desert with their
violence.
numbers.
Yeah.
Football is not about numbers, man.
Yeah. I would love to. This actually would be a great bit, just having some guy walk up to John Gruden on camera and try to explain his fantasy team to him. So I root for the Bucks because I have Jameis, and I root for the Cowboys because I have Ezekiel. And he'd go cross-eyed and need an order of Hooters wings and Coronas.
Sounds like you're just a cuck, man. That's all I heard.
You're rooting for everyone. All
Pick
right.
a side.
Let's get
Football's
to our
war.
Let's get to our hot seat cool throw. And before we do that, I love Big Ten football. Everyone knows that. Wisconsin, this is their year.
Oh yeah, they're
probably
gonna
lose in the Big Ten championship
game this year.
But the Big Ten Tailgate Show is the best tailgate show on Saturday morning. You're going to want to watch it. They're going to Northwestern. They're going to Evanston this week. Northwestern's playing Penn State. Beautiful, beautiful campus right by the lake. Go check it out if you're in Chicago. Watch it if you're not. They also have this pretty cool fan watching at home experience. So if you ever see a sign of fan made on TV and think I can do better, well, now you can with the BTN Fanigan. This fan mannequin will hold the signs of fans who can't make it to the game. Basically, all you have to do is text your sign idea to 24410. That's 24410, and then choose what team you're rooting for. The best sign submissions will be held by the Fanikin live during BTN Tailgate. Literally talk smack to every other fan straight from your couch. I love to pregame, and I appreciate this new challenge. It only happens Saturdays, so be sure. Tune in to BTN Tailgate. It's Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. They're going to be in Evanston. They're going to be there watching Northwestern versus Penn State, and text in 24410 and get your sign on air. The Fanikin Challenge. Do it. And I'm like I said, Big Ten football, nothing better. Fall, weather's turned. You got to run the ball. You got to punt the ball. You got to run the ball. You got to punt the ball. You're going to run the ball. You're going to punt the ball. I just explained Indiana versus Illinois.
You're going to grab a beer, and then you're going to watch punt the ball again.
Yeah, punt it again. All right, let's get to our hot seat, cool throne. Hank.
Why don't you start, Big Cat?
I don't want to start.
Big Cat, why don't you go ahead and
start? I need to warm up.
Big Cat, you haven't really started recently.
All right, I'll start. Do you guys actually want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
My hot seat is irony. I'm putting irony on the hot seat big time.
Alanis Morissette.
Because, very good. Hey, can you explain it to PFT and Big Cat? What is irony?
Well, the ironic thing about that song is that none of the things mentioned in it are ironic.
Is that ironic, though?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or did you just describe the song in the same way that she describes the stuff in the song? Okay, I'll let you think on that one for a while. My hot seat is irony because life imitated art today.
Yes.
Outside of Cleveland Stadium as a dumpster caught fire. There was literally a dumpster fire there.
Yeah.
And white smoke was going up, which means they found their quarterback of the future there. So this is actually a really fun thing because I thought that the dumpster fire meme was losing. It's starting to drag a little bit. It would have been even funnier if there was a dog inside of the dumpster that was on fire, but a cartoon dog, not a real dog, saying that it was fine as it was going on.
This is fine.
But yeah, so that puts irony squarely on the hot seat.
I feel so bad for Browns fans. This is when your franchise gets to its lowest because Browns fans know, like Sundays, those are the days that the world laughs at us. But, Mondays through Saturdays, we can usually just kind of skate under unless RG3's like launching balls into the practice, in the parking lot.
He was like puncturing the practice dome.
Right, exactly. Or like Kellen Winslow jerks off in like a parking lot. We can, the Browns can usually stay under the radar. This stuff, though, hurts. This is like when the Cubs were really bad for a very long time. It's like when they
they found the baseball card or the birthday card.
They had everyone. No, it wasn't. It was a death card. Ron Santo passed away. They had every one of the Cubs convention sign the card and be like, "Oh, we miss you, Ron. We miss you, Ron." Then they found it in the dumpster. Yeah. So that kind of shit. Or they did the same thing. They sold. They did the construction. They ripped up the bricks, and they're like, "We'll put the bricks back down that you all bought." And then they found that in a landfill. So like those kind of things.
Really glad we could turn this into
no.
a
I'm just
conversation
saying.
about Chicago.
No, it just sucks. It sucks when these things happen to the Browns. I feel bad for them.
I agree. Cool throne is 2016. Because 2017, gosh, can 2017 just end already?
Hot seat 2017.
Also, cool throne 2016 though.
Yeah.
Those things aren't mutual. We're agreeing.
Yes.
We're communicating using different words, but we're saying the same thing. Yeah.
It's happened.
So Tom Petty, he unfortunately passed away.
Yes.
But then it was good because he came back to life. He was Schrodinger's Tom Petty. He was Schrodinger's
Nicky Six.
What did I say? Schrodinger's Tomcat.
Yeah.
And then he passed away again. So Tom Petty died twice in 2017.
Pretty badass.
Very, very well. Yeah, that is actually. Now that I think about it,
yeah,
that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that is. That's a nice way to go.
He died twice as many times as anybody else in the history of the play, except for Jesus.
It does suck that 2017 now sucks. Because we were good. It's like, oh, hey, we're good. 2017 is pretty good. No one's wishing it ended already. But now, man, all these things are... Once 2018 gets here, guys, all these bad things will stop.
And my other cool throne is the Morris twins. The Morris twins were exonerated in their assault trial, which is great. I think that they had a bit of an unfair advantage going into that, being twins. You can get... As far as I see it, that's the perfect alibi for anything, right? If somebody points you out and say, that's the person that, like, broke into my car, be like, no, that wasn't me. I do have a twin, though, so it could have been that person.
Right.
As far as I know, the rule of law says that you have to be convicted beyond a reasonable doubt.
Right.
Having an exact body double of you walking around that shares your DNA, I think, is the perfect reasonable doubt. There's always doubt.
But they were together.
Yeah, but you don't know which one hit you.
Oh, double vision.
Yeah.
The best part is that the alleged
That's actually the one flaw in my perfect plan.
Is that they were literally standing next to each other.
You can't commit the exact same crime at the exact same time. Yeah.
And the best part about that story is the assault was essentially because someone did a yo mama joke to him. Like someone made a joke that they said was in sexual nature about their mother, and then they beat the fuck out of them.
And so both of the twins allegedly beat him. That's actually
maybe they cancel each other out.
That actually sounds like an open and shut case. So they've got a great lawyer.
Yes.
Oh, but good call. Double jeopardy.
Yeah.
Same
exactly.
DNA, can't be charged with the same crime twice.
Right. All right, Hank.
My hot seat, a lot of people are calling for Coach O to be on the hot seat.
No.
But read an article by Tom Fornelli. He pointed out that LSU...
Tom, friend of the program.
Yep. The athletic director is the one that should be squarely on the hot seat.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
I like this. Tom, good call. You got to shift the blame.
Yeah, you don't invite an alley cat into your home and then get mad at the cat because you got fleas on the couch.
Right.
That's on you.
Yeah, it's a bull in a china shop. Whoops, all my china's broken. Well, guess what? That's Coach O.
You brought a big swinging dick into your china shop, and he's going to knock a few things off the shelves that are at crotch level.
And lose to Troy at home on homecoming night.
That's not relevant.
Yeah.
And my cool throne is LaMelo Ball's IQ.
Ooh.
Because he's getting taken out of high school, going to be homeschooled by LeVar.
Okay.
So, wow,
so he's
Hank,
destined for...
going after his intelligence there.
Well, LeVar's intelligence as a teacher.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying he's on the cool throne because LeVar is a great teacher and he's going to learn much more.
Oh,
by
okay.
being
Hot
That's
seat
good.
our IQ for not understanding that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
By the way, that is LeVar Ball. Like
there's no way he's going to get into UCLA. There's no way he's going to be able to play at UCLA.
In plain sight, he's like, I'm just doing everything to get an NCAA loophole here.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I'm kind of in agreement with him because, like, who needs high school? What did you name one thing that you learned in high school that you use today? That's what I thought.
No.
You don't learn shit in high school.
You don't.
You don't. What do you use? Calculus?
No, you don't.
Is he going to use the Pythagorean theorem? We learned about that.
How to deal with sexual frustration.
You don't really learn that in high school. You just deal with sexual frustration.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's pretty
How to
much
deal with
something.
sexual frustration? Wait.
Yeah. Wait till college.
Take a cold shower.
And then you got to wait again because you're a freshman. Loser. All right. My hot seat, I have Marcus Mariota. So, speaking of letting a bull into a china shop, the Titans signed Brandon Weeden. So that is a QB controversy in the waiting. I actually have a little stay woke for you. I think the Titans might have done this. I think if you sign Brandon Weeden, you're like, okay, he can't play football. He's got a funny face, but we will get a little social media play out of this.
He also, I mean, you don't
also
know.
friend of the program.
Also friend of the which
Brandon
we don't
Weeden?
know. Has he come on?
No.
Okay. Well, not friend of the program yet.
Well, here's the thing about Brandon Weeden is there's not enough tape out there on him. We don't know. He's still got some time to mature into a quarterback.
Well, no,
he's still young.
Well, that's the good part about he's mature.
No, he's
old.
still young. Still needs a little bit more time.
He's like 45.
Yeah.
He came out of the league at like 28.
Well, so here's the thing. Like, people are saying that the Titans need a dual threat quarterback because that's what Mariota is. That's what their offense is. And so they're like, why didn't they sign Colin Kaepernick? And it's like, well, guess what? Colin Kaepernick may have run for 250 yards and passed for 300 yards in the same game in the same sport, only in football. But Brandon Weeden played baseball too.
Yes. So it's untapped.
So really, he's more
potential.
athletic.
Yeah. And also, you can zoom in on him. The Fox cameras can zoom in on him or CBS, and we can all screen grab it and make Brandon Weeden jokes. So that's
Also,
pretty good. It actually takes heat off of Matt Castle.
Yeah, and here's a good point about quarterbacks is I think I said this with your man's Glennon. A quarterback learns more from interceptions than he does from completions.
True.
Which is why Kaepernick is like, does he really have a thirst for knowledge? Doesn't throw enough.
Good point. Speaking of quarterbacks, cool throne. I have two. The first is NFC North quarterbacks because that is officially the division of quarterbacks. Mitchell is going to start for the Bears.
I call him Stitch. You
Matthew Stafford
I call him Stitch. You want to know why?
Why?
Because he can thread that needle.
Yes, nice. Or glitch.
Glitch.
Yeah, because the glitch in the
He's a cheat code.
He's making everyone just fall over and die. Matthew Stafford, dark horse MVP, Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl winner, and Sam Bradford, the division of quarterbacks.
Okay.
So
who's on your Mount Rushmore of NFC North quarterbacks?
Okay, it's Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky.
So you got to have two. Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez and Sam Bradford.
Okay.
Those are my four quarterbacks. All right,
Case Keenum.
My other cool throne is names. So I don't know if you guys saw this. Did you see this? Did you hear about this? So there's a high school in Texas that's named Robert E. Lee High School, and they asked the students.
That's nice that they named it after that ESPN announcer.
Yeah, that Asian guy. Yeah. So they asked the students to rename it, and they have a list of submissions. I'm going to read a couple for you. They're pretty good.
Can I just take a guess at one of them? Because this sounds like one of the Schooly McSchool face.
Yes, that was put on a lot.
Okay.
That's not one of the ones I have though written down here.
That's a classic.
I got a couple
a
for
true
you.
Classic.
So these are the names submitted for the new name of the high school. Snowflake High School. Tommy Lahren will go there and just torch that whole place. No Backbone High School.
Okay, that's interesting.
Jefferson Davis High. That's pretty good. How about this one? You'll like this one, PFT. Adolf Hitler High School for the training of the Aryan race.
Well, it should actually be an art school.
Yep. Also, Adolf Hitler for the training or for tolerance and understanding.
The Adolf, that's
got a ring for it.
You actually learned something listening to that name.
We had Harambe High.
Ooh,
yeah,
Sweet Prince. Too soon.
This guy got real technical. He said River City High School or Tech. Not sure the direction the school is going in terms of specialties.
Okay,
sounds pretty good.
Keep it wide open.
Yeah, keep it wide open.
What if you're going down the Tech route and you're like, wow, these kids suck at Tech?
Someone just wrote Tim Duncan, which is perfect for how plain that is and awful.
Wait, where in Texas is this?
I think it's outside San Antonio.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's a lot of Greg Popovich.
There's a lot of stuff in Texas that's outside of San Antonio.
This is the winner, though, in my opinion. Simply Boo-Hoo High. That's pretty good, right? Boo-Hoo High, or the guy who wants to talk about the tech or not tech.
What about El Chapo High?
Okay. I like that.
Just saying.
Yeah. Maybe a tunnel to Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, show some respect for your friends south of the border.
All right, let's get to our interview with Max Scherzer. Before we do that, I want to talk to you guys about Bluehost. Bluehost is a top-rated website provider powering over 2 million websites. Whether you're a blogger or small business owner, Bluehost has everything you need to build the website you've always wanted. Bluehost is the best tool to build, host, and manage your personal or small business website. Bluehost gives you the freedom to design your website your way without being limited by templates. Bluehost makes hosting your website stress-free so you can get back to what matters most. Simple enough for beginners and powerful enough for even the most advanced users. Maximum security, including malware monitoring and protection, and automatic secure WordPress installs. 24/7 tech support, online resources, and expert service to help you succeed and save time. Bluehost is a top recommended WordPress host on WordPress.org since 2005. So I gave you the WordPress at the beginning. Now I'm giving you Bluehost. I gave you both. Use them both. Part of my Take listeners save 50% off when you sign up at bluehost.com/pardon. You are ready to blog. You are ready to be a blog star. Look at us. You want to be like us? We're not role models, Charles Barkley, but you should blog and use bluehost.com/pardon. All right, Max Scherzer, quick shout out to our very good friend and colleague, Barstool Nate, who set this up for us.
Nate, I know you're listening right now.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is me being very serious with this. Thank you.
Nate actually sat and listened to the interview with us, but thank you again, Nate. You are the best. And
thank you.
Because it's MLB playoffs, we have the best best baseball show on the internet, Facebook and Periscope, the Starting Nine show. It's got Jared Carabas, Dallas Braden, Brian Wilson. You might have heard of him. He's got 3 World Series rings. Two.
He's that guy with the wacky beard.
Yeah, he's a weird guy with
the beard anymore.
Really funny guy. Really funny guy though. So check that out. Starting Nine. They do live Facebook and Periscope shows every single night for the baseball playoffs. And with that, let's get to Max Scherzer.
I'm just pissed that I can't grow a beard.
All right, we now welcome on Washington Nationals pitcher Max Scherzer. He is talking to us because he has a new product out. It's called Rethink Water. It's boxed water. I'm going to start real quick asking about the water. Does this water prevent sunburns? Because Tom Brady's water does.
No, I'm not going to go that far.
Okay.
It's still just water, but it's something that you can definitely notice, though.
Okay, so it's pH balanced water, which means it's not an acid nor a base, right? Is that good for me? Because I've taken acid before and it wasn't good.
Yeah, honestly, the biggest thing that you'll notice is just the overall quality of the water. Rethink's done a great job of providing the water for us in the clubhouse, and over the past year, guys have kind of gotten used to it and seen the benefits of it. It's something that you don't notice at first, but all of a sudden, then once you go back to a Dasani, you realize when you're actually out there playing, like, oh, this water is really heavy. You start feeling it in your stomach, and you realize, no, I want the Rethink water. I actually feel a lot better when I'm out there competing.
So when did you guys start drinking in the clubhouse? Just this past season?
Yeah, I'd say at the end of last year we had a few come in, and then this year they've done a really good job of really stocking the clubhouse. And really, not only myself, but other guys on the team have responded well to it as well. So if you're ever watching a game of one of ours at home, you always just carrying the box of water around.
Okay, so here's a little PR 101 for you. We're marketing guys, we know how to really push products. Mm-hmm. You need to do a clip of Papelbon choking Bryce Harper and be like, that was on heavy water. He was having a bad water
This
day.
is your pitching staff on
heavy
Dasani.
water. Yeah.
And then this is your pitching staff on Rethink.
Yeah, and then you striking everyone out and high-fiving your teammates and everyone getting along. That one's free.
Yeah, that would be a heck of a YouTube video, I think, right?
I like it. Oh, and another free tip here: if you really want to make some product move, try incorporating bags like Franzia bagged water.
Ooh, slap the bag.
Slap the bag.
Yes.
That's a fun game. Get the whole team playing it. Big Cat is kind of a jerk, and he's a Cubs fan. I'm actually on the good side. I'm a Nats fan, so I've enjoyed watching you pitch for the last few years. Just first question, baseball related: is it the Nats year?
Yeah, what?
Is it the Nats year? Please tell me it's the Nats year.
Man, if there's ever a year, this is a year. I've been in the postseason several times now, and this team that we have going in the postseason, man, it's one of the best teams I've been upon, just in terms of overall balance. You're talking about we have speed guys, we have power, we have pitching, we have relief pitching. We really kind of have a combination of everything, and I think that bodes really well in the playoffs every time I've been there, that this group of guys that we have and the team that we have, we really expect big things of us, and we know that we got a tough challenge in front of us, and most likely going to be the Cubs.
Okay, fine. So I'll keep it on baseball for you. Like PFT said, I am a Cubs fan. How do you game plan for the Cubs lineup, or do you just not and give up and be like, this isn't even worth it?
No, I'll definitely have a game plan, come up with a report of what I'm trying to accomplish and what I want to do in different situations. That's the exciting part, is you have kind of extra time to really go over everything, dot all your I's and cross every T, and really get familiarize yourself with their lineup and their hitters, so that you feel you know exactly what you want to do in every situation. And that's the thing about the playoffs. It swings the other way. They're looking at everything I do and trying to find any little thing any little pattern I fall into. And they're trying to exploit that as well.
Who is the toughest out on the Cubs in the Cubs lineup?
It's hard to sit there and say one. It's really their whole lineup, the combination of what they're able to do. So it's not just one hitter. It's a combination that they put good at bats up and down the lineup, and that's what makes it difficult when you face a tough team and a complete team like what they have.
If you were going to game plan against yourself, what would you see? What would you exploit?
I don't know. I mean, why would I tell you? Because then
tell me.
Then the Cubs are going to listen to this.
Mm-hmm. We'll bleep this out.
Then they're
sending it right to Theo.
I'm setting you up. Actually tell me one of your strengths, and then they'll all listen to it, and then they'll game plan for the wrong thing.
Right.
Your fastball.
Yeah, I got a great knuckleball now.
Watch the ephus. You're going to throw the ephus.
Yeah, I got a knuckleball. They're going to all be looking for a knuckleball now.
Do you ever, in your scouting report, do you ever have like a little note like, hey, when Dusty lets you get to like 130 pitches and still won't take you out, you got to like fake an injury or something?
No, usually I'm the one that's usually lobbying the standing. So, and honestly, the conversations are usually happening in between innings anyway. So we're always on the same page anyway. Every now and then he'll come out there and check on me, but no, for the most part, I do a good job of communicating, so everybody's prepared of how to handle the upcoming innings.
So I don't know if you saw the Nacho Man thing that happened in St. Louis the other night. Addison Russell kicked over some nachos. John Lester after said was like, what's the big deal? Like, this guy shouldn't be famous. And I kind of had the point that pitchers, if a successful pitcher in Major League Baseball has to have like a little mean streak to it. Do you think you have that mean streak, and do you think that's something that makes like a good pitcher even better? Just a little bit of like a dickhead. I want to compete. I never want to come out. I want to talk to myself on the mound like a psycho. That kind of thing.
I think everybody has their own personality, and you got to know what type of, if you use adrenaline, if you don't use adrenaline, and really just understand yourself. Because I've seen some great pitchers that really are probably the antithesis of that. They're very low key, try to keep everything as slow as possible, and just go out there and pitch and be very relaxed, and that works for them. Other guys, have personalities where they're high strung and they're out there and they need all the adrenaline in the world, and there's not a situation that doesn't faze them, and they're out there crazy out there pitching. So it's really understanding who you are and what makes you throw with your best pitches and what type of mentality you need. So it's really about understanding yourself more than anything.
Right. It's like Greg Maddux. He was super calm out on the mound, but then you got him in the locker room and he was like just peeing on everybody and wiping people's T-shirts in his butt and stuff like that. So I'd rather have my pitcher be a little bit psycho on the field than just like messing with my entire locker room. I have a request for you. Can you bring back the phrase natitude this postseason? Because I love natitude.
Ooh. Yeah, I wasn't here for Natitude, but I always felt like that was a good hashtag.
It is.
I thought that was a good marketing campaign. I guess they did it long enough, but yeah, I've always been a fan of Natitude. That's a good slogan for us.
Natitude officially back.
Well, they stopped Natitude because that was the year that they had that like epic meltdown
that didn't happen.
at home against, I think, the Cardinals. So
it's fake news.
But I actually do like Natitude as well, because it's like attitude, but Natitude. Get it?
Right.
Yeah. It's like,
got it?
Yeah, like attitude.
Why didn't you stick up for your teammate Bryce Harper when you got into that fight? Why didn't you come out there swinging?
Ooh.
On what?
Why didn't you throw any punches when Bryce Harper was in that fight?
So I've now learned how a pitcher brawl work, how that brawl works out. So as soon as it happened, I did jump out and was ready to go out there and try to defend anything or just try to break it up. But what I found is, because of the mound downhill, the fight's going to end up towards home plate. Like it's constantly going to be, no one's going to be fighting back uphill. And when I ran out there, I was actually on the mound, so I had just missed it. And if you don't get there within that split second, there's people flying around everywhere, so it gets crazy. So I've learned my lesson. If you're going out there to support somebody, you got to go out there in front of the mound, not towards the mound.
Well, it's smart. You establish the high ground. That's what you're supposed to do in a battle. King of the hill.
Right. There's people flying around everywhere, and you're just trying to make sure, nothing crazy is happening, but, just try to break up and make sure no one gets hurt.
I've always been curious, what do pitchers do in their off days? Like, obviously you guys do a little throwing, maybe a little stretching, but like when you have your off days, is it really like vacation kind of thing?
Off days are like the days we're not pitching.
Yeah, there are no off days.
No, sorry, the days you're not pitching.
Oh man, there's a lot of work that goes into it. From running, lifting, that's probably the most strenuous stuff that we do. And then you'll have a bullpen usually on the second day after you start, and that's when you're just fine tuning all your pitches off the mound, and going over any little mechanical tweaks you want to make while you're on the mound. But the other days are very regimented in terms of how much running you're doing, whether you're running miles or you're running sprints, versus whether you're lifting legs, lifting upper body, and doing shoulder programs. So my day is pretty packed every single day, so it doesn't matter which day it is.
Do you get? I don't know if you're familiar with the term, the Sunday scaries. It's for people who work, Monday through Friday. On Sunday night, they kind of lay in bed and they're like, "God damn it, I have to go back to work." Do you get that? The day before you pitch, or you're like, "Fuck, I got to go out and do this again"?
No, I love it. I'm always anxious. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait for my start to happen. You only get to play once every 5 days, so you're chomping at the bit to get back out there, because you've had 4 days to reflect upon your last start and things you want to do differently when you go out there for the next start. So That's what makes it fun is, pitching only once every 5 days. Playing every single day, man, that would just get to be a headache every single day you're playing. But that's why I like being a starting pitcher.
I'm starting now to realize the difference between Max Scherzer and our good friend and recurring guest Dan Herron, who said that he dreaded pitching at the end of his career. Pitching is fun when you can strike people out.
I play with Dan, and he's a great guy. He's a former teammate. I love playing with him, so I learned a lot from him. But when you can strike people out, it makes it a lot of fun.
You remember when you were throwing that perfect game and the guy leaned into the batter's box and kind of took the pitch in the strike zone and just kind of put his elbow into it?
Yeah.
Did you ever want to just drill him the next time that you saw him? Right in the head?
No, because I actually felt like I let that pitch get too far inside, and whether he turned into it or not intentionally, no one will ever know. But I felt like I'd put him in a position that allowed that to happen.
I would have beamed him on first base when he took a lead.
Yes.
Yeah, just let him have somebody call time and then just drill him. That could have been fun. But, I think I'd rather just go out and get the next guy out and complete a no-hitter. I think that was just as much fun.
What's your favorite unwritten rule?
Oh man, the fact that we have so many. I think that's the part. There's all these little interpretations of what should go on within the game about the unwritten rules. So it's hard to sit there and say one over the other, but they all have to do with trying to respect the game and respect the opponent.
Got to respect the game. Do you get mad at bat flips?
No, not if they're in the right moment. If it's a big situation and it's late in the game, and you hit a big home run and somebody were to bat flip, it's happened to me where somebody bat flips. No, that doesn't matter because that's just a release of emotion. And I'm sure there's times where I've fist pumped on the mound after a strikeout. It's just, it's emotion. But if it's a calculated bat flip when you're down, when you're losing late in the game and somebody bat flips when they hit a home run, then it looks selfish. So I'd say there's a time and place for everything, and if you're doing it in the wrong time or wrong place, that's what's going to draw irk from other players.
That's a true unwritten rule savant right there. The nuance of the unwritten rule is there's always you can always find a way out of it, but it's the right time, right place.
Well, yeah, there's unwritten rules about when it's okay to break the unwritten rules, which is great.
Correct.
Would you let A-Rod run across your mound?
Oh, man, you guys are really going after every little unwritten rule.
Oh, yeah. It's your mound. But it's A-Rod.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I was never really affected by it, but, I'm sure in some places I can see how a pitcher would get territorial over the mound because that's your working space, and you wouldn't want to have somebody over it. But for me, it really wouldn't. Because I'm usually walking around behind the mound, so I wouldn't even notice or see anybody if they did cross the mound. So to me, I'm not even going to see it.
Sounds like a real beta. Sounds like someone's going to come walk across your mound now.
Yeah, you just put that out on tape.
Yeah,
so that's a tendency now.
You just basically said, "Go ahead, come on my mound, do whatever you want."
I just said I wouldn't see it.
Okay, interesting. You're a big sabermetrics guy. We're big sabermetrics guys. So tell us why you should win the Cy Young, even though you have 2 less wins than Kershaw this year.
Fewer.
I'm not going to go.
That's our favorite sabermetrics stat.
That's
Team wins.
Guys' job to discuss the awards. That's not my job. I go out there and pitch. My focus is on getting ready for the postseason. The awards, all the off-field stuff, that takes care of itself. You just go out there and go out there on the mound and focus what you can control. That's kind of what sabermetrics are implying, is that just focus on what you can control. So I'm not going to. And it's true to my form. I'm not going to discuss the award stuff.
Do you have the clutch gene? You think? Do you think that's another sabermetrics stat that we calculate?
Do I have the what?
Clutch gene.
The clutch gene.
Clutch.
We chart that on our stats.
So, for example, you have probably the best eyes in baseball. One's brown, one's blue. It's like a symbol of American unity together. Mm-hmm. Is that a dominant trait? And if so, does that represent your clutch gene?
Tough question.
Let's go with it. I think why not? Why not accept that?
Yeah.
Hey, I love having two dim-colored eyes. So if there's a way that you can spin it in a positive, let's do it.
Yeah, you're like one of those cute dogs. The
Huskies,
like, yeah, you just throw it up on the
I
Instagram.
actually have a couple dogs with two dim-colored eyes.
Oh, wow, so vain of you.
How many dogs do you have?
I actually have 4.
Oh, that's
You got a
awesome.
whole pack. Pack leader.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a pack. Yeah, it's crazy. It's chaos in the house.
Do you think StatCast is real?
Real in the fact that it's tracking a ball?
Yeah,
I
well,
think that's
we
real.
have a theory that it's just some fucking fat dude who's sitting in Arizona who just like types out random numbers like, oh, that ball was hit 109 miles an hour because it looked like it was hit hard.
No, I think it's very real because when you're sitting there and you see guys hit it about 105 miles an hour and that looks like a liner, and then Stanton gets in there and hits a laser and it's 115, it makes sense. So I think that's real.
Yeah, that's literally all he does is like, oh, Stanton hit it. It's 150.
Yeah, he passes the eyeball test. You'd be good at it.
No, if you see the ball coming off his bat, I think you would get that. When you're sitting there on the bench watching another player's hit, like, yeah, that's real.
Would you be excited about having robot umpires, or do you kind of like that human element where you can yell at them?
Honestly, I think there would be some changes in the game that you wouldn't see coming. So, all right, for instance, if you had the robot umpire and you now have a guy on first base, and catchers have to worry about trying to frame the pitch before they throw out the runner. Now, if you had robot umpires and framing the pitch had no consequence on what was going to happen, the catcher would just be in a position purely just to throw out the runner.
Oh.
So there's like situations like that where you're actually changing the game if you go directly to a robot umpire.
Interesting.
That you have to think about how would the game look like if you do go down there. So I think there's some situations that need to be addressed before you even start thinking about putting replay system or anything into the strike zone.
Yeah, because I actually never even thought about that. The catcher could just be in like a half a crouch, so they could always be ready to throw out a runner going a second.
Right, you're changing the game, which you're not trying to change that part of the game.
Also changing the game because then people can't motherfuck Joe West on Twitter every night. That's a big change of the game. It's a big change.
I guess that would change the game.
It changes how we enjoy the game.
Has Dusty Baker? How many times has Dusty Baker mispronounced your name?
Ooh, he gets it right about half the time because I mean he's just saying he says surge, like it's a water surge, so,
like the soft drink.
There's times where I hear surge. I know what he's trying to say, and I get it. That's what I hear sometimes. So I say half times I hear Scherzer, half the time I hear surge.
How many times has he called Bryce Harper Bruce?
Oh, not very many.
But
he
has.
Yeah, everybody can get that one right.
Yeah, but he has. He definitely has.
Right.
Is Bryce Harper a dick?
No.
Okay.
Why?
I was just curious
He
because
just plays the game hard.
I like him. I like Bryce Harper, but people out there that are jealous of Bryce and the national success tend to say that he's a dick sometimes.
No, I mean, I can see how maybe that reputation comes about, but the way he plays the game, he's playing the game hard and he's going out there and competing, and he competes with a little flair, and sometimes that can rub people the wrong way. But when you have those guys on your team, you love those teams. I mean, you love those guys on your team because you like the guys that play the game that way. I play with there's lots of players in this game that you probably can't stand when they're across the diamond, but when they're on your team, you love them. So that's my take on it.
Okay, I'm going to pull a little journalist trick here on you. I'm going to kind of rephrase, soften PFT's question, and try to get a different answer out of you. Is there locker room resentment over Bryce Harper's hair?
Locker room resentment? No. He just spends a lot of time in front of the mirror perfecting that hair.
Yeah.
So there's other guys that that take their hair seriously on the team as well. So nothing new really there. That's standard.
Okay, it's a little too nice. That's my thing. Is like no one should have. Everyone needs like a flaw. So everyone be like, no one can be perfect. Bryce Harper is basically perfect. He hits mammoth home runs and then he flips his hair, and it's like that guy should be bald to keep the world even.
See, why do you want him to be bald?
Because the world needs to be even. I need to have something like it's like Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth keeps winning tournaments. I'm like, but at least I have my hair. See?
I mean, I guess you can go down that route, but isn't it cooler to hit home runs and then half hair?
Yeah, it's cooler,
fucking
but
annoying.
for him,
So
for everybody else, it's like
you should do some rookie hazing on him, some delayed rookie hazing, because you weren't on the team when he was a rookie. You should just shave male pattern baldness into his head.
give him the Tebow, the monk.
I bet the Nationals win the World Series if Bryce Harper goes like the Larry David hair for the entire postseason.
That's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to win a World Series. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. Right. Yeah. I don't.
All right,
That's crazy.
last question I have for you. I noticed I did a little research, and you're big into Google free falls. So you like to just click on Google and just see where you end up. Do you still do those?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got one for
you
you.
never know what you're going to find on Google.
Yeah.
And where you click, and then you get onto YouTube, and then you have a YouTube free fall.
So
Is
this just
you
like?
never know what you're going to watch.
I mean, I don't know if we're similar. I mean, you're an athlete. I'm athletic. But whenever I do a Google free fall, it just ends up in porn.
No, I can't sit there and say it ends up there. But
Okay. Because that's just
for me, I'm sticking to Google and YouTube and just I don't know things that are going on in the world.
It's like Schrodinger's internet law. If you just stay on the internet long enough, you'll end up at porn.
That's Godwin's law.
Yeah. Yeah. So wait. So my real
Rodlands.
question here's Google Freefall for you that we kind of throw at our guests sometimes. Do you think the sun is hot?
Do I think the sun is hot? Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
how come outer space is cold?
Well, it's a vacuum.
So you're saying it doesn't exist?
There's no energy. There's no particles there. So obviously you're not going to have a temperature.
So you're a space truther. You don't think that space even exists?
Huh.
What do you mean?
You just
Well,
said,
you said
there's
it's a
nothing
vacuum.
there.
There's nothing there. There's no particles.
Well, that's the definition of a vacuum.
So it's nothing, right?
Well, I mean, just by pure. I mean, how do you think space is?
Yeah, we think space is cold, therefore the sun is cold, so it makes no sense.
That doesn't make any sense. How would the sun be cold?
Well, because heat comes from the center of the Earth's core,
The lava.
where it's hot. Yeah. So actually,
I hate
space
to
is
break it
cold.
to you guys. That's probably not how it works.
Well, have you done a Google Freefall on it?
Yeah, I have.
No.
I've gotten there.
I don't know if you have. I'm just saying. We're giving you one that you can go in your free time, in your off days. You probably get swept by the Cubs, so you have a long off season. You can go and do a little Google Freefall.
Can we get the Google free fall from the Nats fan here?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, PFT.
No, I wanted a prediction from you. Is it going to be a sweep of the Cubs, or are you going to let them have one?
Playoff baseball is crazy. You never know what's going to happen.
That's great. I love it.
I've been part of teams where you think you're going to sweep them, and it's a 5-game series, and you lose. And there's times where you think you're going to have a 7-game series, and you sweep a team. So I've kind of been in all scenarios of winning, losing, sweeping, getting swept. So
Okay.
man, baseball's a crazy game.
I appreciate it, Max. This was a ton of fun because we basically just summed up how we want every interview to go is that you debate us on whether the sun is hot or cold, and then we can get you back into athlete mode where you're telling us, playoff baseball is crazy. I can't make
really
predictions.
Tough, we're going to go out there and we're going to compete.
If that was your moment that you wanted, there you go.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Max. This was a ton of fun. We'll everyone check out Rethink Water. We'll put a link to it in the blog when we post this. And worst of luck in the postseason.
Best of luck in the postseason. Attitude.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Ever since I started this podcast, people have been asking me for advice on gambling. Usually it's what team to bet on this week. You got the Patriots, you got the Steelers, Chicago, or Detroit. Well, let me tell you this. Where you're betting is just as important as who you're betting on. So that's why I always tell people to go to mybookie.ag. MyBookie has been in this business for years, and their rep is rock solid. They do 100% cash bonuses, so right off the bat, you're making money for doing nada. And they have the fastest payouts, seriously, just 2 business days. You know who's going to win, so lay down some cash and win big today. That's why I'm urging you to make your money on MyBookie. You win, they pay. They've also got in-game live betting. They've got the most rewarding player perks in the business and an all-new mobile site that makes wagering on the go a total breeze. Join now. MyBookie is going to match your deposit with up to 100% bonus. Use promo code PMT to activate the offer. Visit mybookie.ag today. You play, you win, you get paid. That interview was also brought to you by ZipRecruiter. If you're in need of great talent for your business, but you're short on time, you don't have to get lost in a huge stack of resumes anymore to find your perfect hire. You just need the right tools, the smarter tools, and you can use ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to over 100 different websites and job boards with just one click. You can rest easy knowing that your job is being seen by the right candidates. Then, ZipRecruiter puts its smart matching technology to work, actively notifying qualified candidates about your job within minutes of posting, so you receive the best possible matches. That's why ZipRecruiter is different. Unlike other hiring sites, they don't depend on the right candidates finding you. It finds them. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now, my listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/PMT. That's ZipRecruiter.com/PMT.
All right, let's get to some segments, huh, boys? First up, we have a little talking soccer. Alex Morgan.
Yep.
You might remember her. She is one of the stars on the U.S. women's national team. She got arrested.
The good team.
The good team. The good national team.
Hey, do you think the U.S. women's team is going to qualify for the next Women's World Cup?
Yeah, probably will.
You think?
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm not going to say it, but it would be funny.
If Panama, God forbid, Panama wins on Friday.
The U.S. men's team didn't make it into the Yogo Bonito Championships next year in Russia.
God forbid.
God forbid. All right, Alex Morgan, she got arrested for being drunk and belligerent at
allegedly
Disney World. So I love this because the women's soccer team is somehow like the baddest team in the world.
They're the bad boys.
They're like the old school Raiders.
They're like
the Al Davis Raiders.
They're the real bad boys of women's soccer. I love the fact that she was drunk doing Around the World at Disneyland. Here's the thing, though. I'm a big fan of like novelty bar crawls.
Yes.
Like the 12 bars of Christmas type thing. Any of that stuff. But if you do those, you kind of have to taper those down after you hit about 26.
Yeah, there was actually
she's 28.
There was a baby in one of the pictures.
Yeah, so
like someone was holding up their baby. That means bar crawls are over. Yeah, bar crawls are the best. From 22 to or 21 to 25, 6. Nothing better.
Once you get into the age where your hangovers last for 2.5 days, and you have to call in sick to work on the Monday after a big bar crawl, then you have to start like tapering those. I have a feeling that this instant will probably persuade her to maybe take it easy on the next Around the World bar crawl that she does. Maybe not, but it's just do you, Alex.
Yeah,
it's working for you.
Do you.
Here's the thing. It was in Orlando. So, like, that's unlocking some new level in a game if you find yourself able to get arrested for trespassing in Orlando.
Yeah.
Because the entire city is timeshares.
Right.
So it's like nobody really owns anything.
You're there to visit.
You're not there for a good time.
You're there for a long time.
You're there for a long... once you leave Orlando, you never come out.
PR 101... Was she's married to the midfielder for the Orlando Crush, Scott.
We'll just call him the Crush.
The purple team from Orlando.
Yeah. I play on the purple team.
Yeah, you can. I don't know if Orlando's. I don't even know where my PR is. Orlando in the playoffs? Who the fuck cares? I was talking soccer.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to.
But she did pull a move that I really like. When she was getting arrested, she screamed that they better be careful because she knows the Orlando SWAT team.
I bet she does.
She probably does. Is that would actually be a really good nickname for the Magic
or the soccer team?
The SWAT team.
Yeah, they should. Okay, the Orlando SWAT team. Hopefully, they made the playoffs this year. But if they didn't, who the fuck cares? That was talking soccer. All right, let's do our favorite recurring segment that we haven't done in a long time. We called our friend Marlins Man because he was sitting front row at Yankee Stadium for the playoff game, and he was electric. Hey, Marlins Man, what's up? It's Big Cat and PFT. You're on TV.
How's the game?
We're calling you on TV.
Hold on, I'm going to do the ball hands right now.
All right,
do the hands right
now. The ball's completely retired.
Can you do a quick dab for us? Can you dab it?
Right now.
Dab.
Marlins Man, did you see Gary Sanchez get hit in his nuts?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I heard it. I didn't see it. I heard it.
Yes.
I heard it. I saw him roll over, but from my view, I see his butt. I don't see the front end view.
What was the sound that it made when the baseball hit him on the beanbag?
Imagine if you That's a good sound. Imagine if you threw like a concrete block into a beanbag. That was what it was like.
Yeah.
From like a 3-story building.
Who doesn't do that?
On it.
Heard that a few times.
It was loud.
Can you?
Whether it's humble or it's for the first responders. It's really good.
Hey, Marlins Man, can I just throw this out there? I think because October. Whoa! What happened?
Oh, the ball come to me. Hey, here's the ball. Give me the ball.
What happened?
Did you just catch a foul ball?
It came to me. It went rolling by me.
Oh shit! Hey, Marlins Man, I
was
know
so close.
Everyone thinks that October they say baseball.
Wait, watch the replay.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
Please replay.
Boy, you're getting the whole stadium sound in the background now.
Can you actually see you? Can you see him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that you're actually the real Mr. October, because when October comes around and baseball playoffs, you're Mr. October.
You always show up.
The Marlins put on the newspaper, this is the Marlins Mr. October with a picture of me. That's funny.
Get out of town, Reggie Jackson.
Okay, perfect. All right, hey, we're going to talk to you later on in the playoffs because you are Mr. October.
I'm going to go back to the game.
All right.
Right here for you guys.
All right, okay, we'll see you later.
Love you.
All right, love you.
We love you.
Hey, we love you.
We love you.
We love you.
You guys do.
Okay, there we
good,
go.
good.
You're quick
We
on
love
that
him.
one. All right, talk to you later. All right, that was Marlins Man. Thank you, Marlins Man. We love him, even though he is kind of making the playoffs about himself a little bit.
No.
A little bit.
Take it back.
Okay.
We're very early on. He didn't make this about himself at all. The ball happened to roll towards him during the segment.
Just a reminder, Marlins Man will probably be at almost every single playoff game except Cleveland because the Cleveland fans were mean to him, so he's boicotted it.
That's right. It's nothing to do with the fact that you can't see the people behind television on TV.
They're mean to him.
They're mean to him one time.
All right, next up we have Mike Greenberg's dumb rules. So the NBA, the NBA can't lose right now. They have everything the NBA does. It feels like has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. People are fucking flipping out for preseason games, pretending like the NBA is back. But they fucked this up. They're now making the All-Star game where two captains pick the teams, which I fucking hate. I hate when they do this. I would much rather have it my brain can't figure it out. I can't figure this shit out when you switch it all, when you swap it all off. They did it with the Pro Bowl, and Pro Bowl's never been the same.
Well, what's interesting about the NBA is they had the one All-Star game that people really love to watch, right? There's not a lot of defense.
It hasn't been good for a while.
But that's okay. But I mean, historically, it was
correct.
a decent one to watch because you would get
dunks
195 to 193 game.
Yeah, you don't.
And then somehow David Stern in charge, not saying it was totally his thing that he's been doing for the past 20 years, but always the hometown guy would hit the big shot at the end.
Wow.
David Stern, very interesting.
Yep.
So Stern decided to switch it all up, and now he's doing the draft this year, basically just hoping that it's going to be LeBron and Steph Curry as the captains, or if Kevin Durant's the captain and he has to pick, what if LeBron has to be do I want Kyrie or do I want Kevin Love?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And what Kevin Durant, if he's captain and then LeBron picks a better team, does he just switch to his team?
Yeah. Well, it's like Yankee swap.
Yeah.
So at the very end, you can
Kevin
be
Durant,
I got this.
That team looks like it's going to win. I'm going to join them.
Oh, they should do Yankee swap where they have all the players lined up, but they're all wrapped up in paper.
I like it.
And so you have to pick one.
Ooh.
And you don't know who you got, and you're like, oh, I bet this is Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
And you unwrap it, and it's fucking Kyle Korver.
It's Dwight Howard. Shit. Got that one wrong.
Dwight Howard gets passed around.
Yeah.
Every single pick.
That would be great if they're all wrapped up and they're like, that 1 7-footer, that's Dwight Howard. Don't fucking pick him. I also would love it if they did a Bachelor kind of situation or maybe an American Idol and it was just LeBron sitting behind a big buzzer and everyone was doing Michael Corleone impressions for him.
Ooh, that's pretty
and
good.
He's who does the best Godfather impression?
Ooh. What if it was Deal or No Deal? Where you open up a big suitcase and then you get the guy, but then there's a banker up above that's actually the captain of the other team.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like this. Or
just ask us, bring us in as consultants
let us
on
do
these
it. We're Mike
NBA.
Greenberg's dumb rules for a reason. We could also have it just be LeBron doing Jimmy Kimmel mean tweets and everyone just has to read a subtweet that LeBron wrote about them.
Or it's just
that's not even picking teams. I want to see that.
Yeah, I like the idea of the Bachelor.
We're no longer picking teams.
Where LeBron just has to, everybody has to pay him a real big compliment.
What if it's just what if we just invite David Hasselhoff and that one guy who's in every roast and we just roast LeBron?
That's actually Jeff Ross.
Yeah, Jeff Ross, King of Roast. Yeah. All right, we're going to end our show with our weekly Guys on Chicks
This
segment.
has become one of my favorite segments, I think.
It is, but we have a special guest with us tonight. It's an actual female.
And twice as nice,
Yeah.
she's Canadian.
Oh, sorry.
Hey there.
It's
Cindy Lou.
It's Julie
from
Stewart Binks.
Saskatoon.
She is one of the newest employees at Barstool. She also is a soccer reporter, and she's going to be doing the sideline for the U.S. big game on Friday.
Going to see the big
So tell
upset.
us quickly, before we get to Guys on Chicks, what's going to happen.
I think that
And that was talking soccer. Okay, so here we go. Guys on Chicks. Give us the questions,
First
Julie.
of all, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm like a friendly vagina in the room right
Whoa.
now.
Okay, we're going to
let's
bleep
get
that
it.
word out.
Yeah.
Very sex positive on this show.
Yeah.
All right, guys. First question. Sup, PMT boys. This
Sup?
summer,
Hey.
I was sleeping all alone and woke myself up with an orgasm.
Oh,
It
Any
happens.
ideas how this happened, or
Yeah.
what I was dreaming of, or if this should be possible?
You probably were listening too much, pardon my take.
People, that happens when people fall asleep listening to the
Yeah.
show. Like, yeah, that's a big thing.
Listen to that right before you go to bed.
It's
You'll
an
be
Howard
just
Stern trick. Yeah.
orgasming everywhere. I
You
didn't
just
know.
peed yourself. That's all that happened.
Well, do women have wet dreams?
I mean, like, I think in theory they probably do.
I
theory.
wish I still had wet dreams. They're fucking awesome. You just have sex in your
What is
sleep.
no? But what is that like? As like a 13-year-old guy?
You just wake up and you're like, oh fuck, that was sweet.
Well, no, it's a little different. It's like a hand job from God, but when you wake up, your parents, like, you have to hide stuff
Yeah.
from them. Because
I've
you're
had-
like, why? You try to get out of bed, your mom's like, why is your sheet sticking to your stomach?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm like, I don't know.
From
So it's not necessarily wet. It's like dry,
No, it's-
sticky
well,
shit.
It
It's
was
wet-ish,
wet,
yeah.
but it dries.
Oh,
from
God.
like 1997 to 1999, I had sex with Pamela Anderson like 75 times. It was awesome. Yeah.
Yikes.
Ask me how that was.
You had sex with her.
Yes.
She was not. She
yeah.
does not know that.
Yes, correct. All right, next.
All right, next one. This is a bit of a hefty paragraph. Okay, Hey, PMT boys. My boyfriend is planning to skip Mancation, a trip with a bunch of his college buddies.
Okay, break up with him.
Because
No,
it's
he's a
this-
winner. Mancation.
No, you don't skip Mancation.
All right,
That's a
let me
beta.
finish.
Yeah, but he
Let it
calls it
finish.
Guys,
Mancation.
shut up.
Which so he's an alpha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you skip it?
Yeah.
So, because it's the same weekend as my birthday, I appreciate how thoughtful he's being, but I've told he should still go. Birthdays aren't a big deal to me. I'm worried he thinks that this is some kind of test because he declined the invitation. He hasn't seen most of these guys since college. How do I tell him it's really okay to go to
Well, it is a
Mancation?
test.
Well, yeah. So here's
Yeah.
the thing. Number one, I would dump him for being a beta because he skipped out on bro time, and that's not cool.
yeah, but
Every
like
guy,
I said,
bros before. We don't say that word.
calling
We don't say that word.
anything Mancation, that means he's an alpha. And this is a classic. This is called Double Jeopardy. Women like to do this, where they're like, he thinks it's a test, but I swear it's not a test.
No, it's always a
if
test.
he goes on that
100%.
Mancation and he comes back, it's you missed my birthday,
All right,
you
so,
jerk.
All right, I'm putting the pieces together right now. I'm solving the puzzle. There's nobody out there that calls it Mancation that would skip it because his girlfriend had a birthday. This vacation got canceled already, and he's telling you
that's a
that he's
savvy
skipping
move.
it because he's like the best
Savvy
boyfriend.
Then it
of
looks
all
really
time.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, but yeah, babe. So that Mancation,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Shit.
go on it because I think that
Yeah.
you're really sweet and cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna chill.
Yeah, I just wouldn't respect a guy if he like canceled on his dudes for the weekend.
I
I'd be
just
like,
You take his man card.
yeah. I'm like, I know I own you now.
right.
Babe,
And then I don't respect you, and I'm gonna cheat on you probably.
Ooh. Oh, shit.
I'd
Plot
rather
twist.
just chill at the crib with you, babe.
All right. Next one. Sup, boys. Why is it so
Sup.
hot to us chicks when we see a guy driving?
Oh.
Is
because-
that true?
Well, let's ask
nope.
PFT. He watches me drive all the time.
I watch Big
What do you-
Cat
what do you
Drive,
think?
and that, I mean, I love it when you
Yeah,
just
it's
when
just
you
hot.
hit the bumpy spots on the road.
Yeah, you want to hit the rumble strip, you know you're hitting the right spot.
Love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just hit it
I
again.
guess girls have a really low standard for what gets them hot if they just like a guy driving.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
just
easy.
I usually look my worst when I'm driving because not only is my stomach just so fat, it's spilling everywhere, but I get that, the seatbelt cutting my boobs, so they pop. It's like when you know, like you can't.
Some girls are into that.
Yeah, it's
well,
true.
That's
True.
That's why us guys we don't stop to ask for directions because we know you're getting all hot watching us drive.
That's where does she live?
I think it's weird because it's like whenever I look at a guy driving, it's like breaking the fourth wall. It's like, you're so voyeuristic. Like, you're so into just yourself driving, then you look over and you're like,
You're like,
oh.
hey, don't look at me.
Yeah.
I was just
And then
watching
you're
you drive.
Now you've fully gone in their world.
Yeah.
Like I did
True.
that to a guy earlier tonight. I'm like, I think that guy's cute. That's like in that car. Wasn't.
It's because we're protecting you when we drive.
Guaranteed
We're
this-
getting you from point A to point B all safe.
What you didn't
manly.
mention to say in that email, I read that same email. The guy was actually jerking off while he was driving, so that's why she was turned on. So,
Girls love that too.
Yes, they love
Watching a guy
they
crank his hog
love
behind the
it.
wheel.
Yeah, yeah. We know.
All right, next one. Sup, guys. So I've noticed for years now that my boyfriend will sometimes talk to me in the same voice he talks to his dogs in.
Yeah, duh.
How do I say this is kind of weird?
don't.
Just deal with it because it's actually very cute. Like, hello, hey, how are you? Oh, you look so pretty
Whoa,
today.
is that how you talk to Leroy?
That sounds kind of Spanish.
Hello.
Hi, you Cookie Monster? Are you Cookie Monster talking to Leroy?
I'm
That's
taking
weird.
Tombo.
That's weird. Yeah, no, this is just normal.
Who's a
Because
good girl?
here's the thing. Here's a little peek into
Who's
a
a good girl?
guy's
Scratch
brain.
behind your ears?
We can't keep names and voices straight. So like you'll probably it's like when you were a kid. Remember when you like in first grade when you'd call the teacher mom by accident? That's just guy stuff. Our brains are too small.
Yeah, whoever.
It's like women are moms, and then the dog and the other person you live with, that's the same too.
No, it's just like things that I like.
Yeah.
I address them using a fucked up voice.
There's a person who tells me what to do. There's two people who live in my house. It's a woman and it's a dog. So they get the same voice.
What about like while you're having sex doing that?
Oh yeah, gotta
Yeah.
have to and drool.
Absolutely.
I like to drool on
Yeah.
them.
Let the dog just stay. Watch. Let the dog watch.
Well, yeah, you start using the voice. You're like,
What about
"Who's a-
the
who's a
dog
good
jumps
girl?"
up on the bed while you're doing it?
I do.
Yeah. Hey, if you're not poor, you probably have a California king.
Yeah, here-
more than enough
Who's a
room.
good girl? Who wants a bone?
Yeah.
You want a bone?
You like that.
All right, next one. Hi guys, I want to know what you think is the sexiest thing a girl can wear. I have heard all sorts of different
Nothing.
answers. Nothing, lingerie, your clothes, etc. However, this all comes from chicks because we think this is what you guys like. Curious to see what you guys actually have to
Yeah.
say.
So this
Viva.
is actually a pretty easy one for me.
Okay.
The football jersey of my favorite player, because that way I'm like she's a fan.
Yeah.
She's a
And
football
then you get to fuck
fan.
your favorite player.
I get to.
I was gonna say my favorite thing for a woman to
John
wear is like a little bit of insecurity, because then you know, like you can just be like, yeah, I can take care
That's
of
not
this,
really.
babe.
Yeah, that's not really what she wears. It's like an uneasy smile.
Yeah, like
When you-
I don't know,
When you pay her,
yeah.
here's what it is: a blush when you
Yeah.
pay her a compliment.
Yeah, or just like maybe just like ignorance to sports. That's a fun thing for
That's a
a
good
chick
thing
to
to wear,
wear.
'cause
It's
then you
like,
feel
hey,
really
how-
smart.
like why? What are those yellow flags? Well, let me tell you.
Oh, doesn't that make you feel so
Yeah.
great?
Yeah.
Next one. Hey, PMT guys.
Hey, so-
I really want to have a threesome with my boyfriend and another girl,
this is
but he
getting real.
refuses.
Man card.
How do I persuade him otherwise?
I don't know,
Okay,
you say you can watch the game while it's going on.
so she wants to have a threesome
Yep.
with another girl and him.
But it doesn't say if it's another girl or another guy.
I thought you said another girl and him.
What does it say? Say it again.
Oh, yeah,
Read it
girl,
again.
you're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So my guess is this guy sucks at sex, and as someone who also sucks at sex, I'm gonna defend him. Like that's too much. Like one is enough to handle, terribly. Don't throw in another one here.
I think you have to do it just. Here's what you say. You say you don't want to be the guy for the rest of your life that when somebody's like playing a never have I ever game, you think you have to say like I could have had a threesome, but I didn't.
But
Just
you know
do
what
it-
I'm saying? That's
just-
a lot of pressure. Like, I guess this guy could just like do it and just be like, all right, you guys
take a Viagra.
you guys just finger each other for a while. Like I'm just gonna
Because
sit
you
over
probably
there.
think it's hot like two girls, but it's like you actually
Yeah.
have to get these two
Yeah,
girls
you got
hot.
to do a lot of stuff.
it's a
Like,
lot
that's
of
a lot
responsibility.
work. I'm
Yeah.
tired just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I would do it just so that later on in life I could say I did it one time.
Yeah.
And
So
then
you can go
don't
around.
ask me any questions about
I
how
don't-
it went
Hey,
Yeah,
at
but
all.
that's what all
I don't kiss
threesomes
and
are.
tell,
You
bro.
only do it just so you can be like, I did this.
Yeah.
Like, I did this ridiculous shit right now.
Yeah. Well,
Like
or you
all
could
of
just
us
say you
have-
just did it.
we know
Or
that.
what if the dog's in the room? Does that
Yeah.
count as a threesome?
I've had a lot.
If the dog maybe gets in there.
If you're talking with using
Done
the
many
same
threesomes.
voice. Yeah.
Many.
All right. Next one. Hi, guys. So my boyfriend and his roommate just got 4 fish, and they are taking them way too seriously. They named them after football players. Trubisky,
What?
Goff,
Ooh,
Young-Hoo, Jeff
nice.
Saturday. I only know this because they wrote their names.
Young kicker. Okay.
Wait, they wrote their names.
I know. I was like, what the?
No, he's the young Huku.
Yeah.
They wrote their names on the fish.
They wrote their names on a sign above the tank. They watch football with the fish, and I think it's super lame. Should I say something?
Yeah. You should
Yes.
say that you should have thought of much more hilarious names to call those fish.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of football players out there whose names transfer to a fish.
Or you could get a fish and call it the cheerleader fish. Girls can watch football too.
Or it's baseball postseason, buy a fish and name it like Tim Salmon. That would be a much better
That
name
would be
for
good.
a fish.
Mike Trout.
Yeah, that's a
There
good
we
one.
go.
So many fish names.
where there's tons.
What do you guys
Jay
think
Carp.
about like a girl playing tackle football?
Love it.
What position?
I don't know. Was that a serious question?
Yeah.
I mean, if they can, first,
I got asked to play in a tackle
What?
football league,
There's
and
no
I'm
reason a
literally
girl-
running it by you as like a
It's-
chicks on guys.
Yeah, no. As
now.
long as they, I mean, like if they can play, they can play, right? But I would say it's probably hard to play against. I mean, like we don't need to get into genetics here.
No, but
like,
what about but like tackle football chicks league?
Yeah,
Oh, an all girls league?
yeah, with lingerie.
Yeah.
No lingerie.
Oh.
I like how guys invented a football league for women, and they're like, okay, by the way, here's the catch. You're going to
Gotta
be
wear
wearing
panties.
underwear.
Yeah.
That's
I hope
that's the
fine.
most
And you
dude
getting
thing
you
to
getting
do.
cat fights every week.
You probably
Fuck yes.
You probably assumed that this was going to happen, but I'll just make it official. You're going to be wearing underwear.
Yeah. Have they had twins yet in the laundry?
Ooh, that would be
Football
great.
league?
That would be
Yeah.
a game changer
A
for
pair
a
of
team.
like a Rondé and a tiki situation.
The Courtney. Yeah.
Wow, I would watch.
The Courtney twins.
Yeah, the Courtney twins, like their backfield.
Well, the one
A
I got
fullback
asked,
and
A
a
real,
running back.
a real nice backfield.
Yeah.
the one I got asked to be in was like pretty butch. Like
Did
So
you
they
do
took
it?
seriously.
that's
Why
like
didn't you
sort
do
of
it?
my demographic, I think.
Good.
Why didn't you do it?
It was in Regina, like Saskatchewan.
What?
Wait,
That's
Yeah.
what
not
did you
a real
say?
name.
We bleep that out.
That's what you
it's
call
a city
it.
I used to live in
That's
Canada.
what they call a vagina in Canada.
Yeah.
It's
All
your
right.
vagina.
Was that all of them?
That's it.
You have any questions for us?
You guys take care of that business down there, right? Like you
What?
clean it and stuff.
Yeah,
Like
I
wipe my
ba-
butt? Yeah, I do
bathe.
every now and then.
I bathe on occasion.
I sometimes wipe my butt. Sometimes I'll just shower instead.
I like
Oh, guys love that. Like
Oh,
you,
yeah, we do.
you poop and
Yeah.
then you just shower.
Yeah.
You got to
Okay.
get a couple.
I don't appreciate you using the P word. Okay.
You got to get
Don't
a couple
do that.
coverage wipes in there. You
That's
don't
fucked up.
You don't jump straight into the shower because then you got a drain situation.
Yeah.
How uncomfortable is that? It's
No,
just like
stop.
all
All right,
mushy.
all right. Okay, so that was Guys on Chicks. Julie
Do you
Stewart
flush?
Binks.
Do you flush before you get in the shower or after?
What do you mean?
Great
of course
question.
you flush before you get in the shower.
But then everyone.
Wait,
I-
what?
Side
no,
note,
no,
do you think-
no. Hank brings up
It
a good
messes up
point.
the pipes. The
Yeah,
poop gets in the pipes.
No, Hank, that's not that's not true. That's not true.
It's
but
a superstition.
I know what he's saying. If you grew up in a house that has old pipes in it, if you flush
Yes.
the toilet, then you burn yourself in the shower. So I grew up
Yes.
in an old house with like
Yes.
shitty pipes. So then I evolved to learn. Okay, you have to flush after you shower, but then once out of every like 10 times, you forget to flush entirely.
But if you flush
And
and
then
then
you
just
just
wait
leave
a
the next
second,
person in there,
it
yeah.
like normalizes. But Hank, wow,
Superstition.
yeah, the poop gets in the shower.
Yep.
If you flush.
It's like that scene from
You're gonna be
Psycho.
showering in your own poop. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That
Well,
was.
I'm going to blow your mind real quick.
Yeah.
The way that we clean our water in America, you're showering in your own piss and poop every day.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
True.
Right.
True.
But like, I don't want I don't want it to be fresh.
Yeah. You don't want to be fresh poop. You just want the stale poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That was Guys on Chicks, and I don't know what the hell the end of that talk was. Julie Stewart Binks, thank you very much. We appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, fellas.
We'll see everyone Friday, and we got some Larry's picks. Are we doing Larry's picks Wednesday? Tune in, Facebook Live, Larry's
At some
picks.
point.
At some point, we will tweet it out. Tune in live for all of Larry's picks on Facebook Live and Periscope, and we will see you on Friday.
love you guys.